Feel your lungs, relax your body, there's no tension. Now, no past, no future is needed now. And the more we manage to reconnect with the present moment, the more calm, peace, harmony we'll be able to experience. Everything that our mind, which is an amazing instrument, is described in Bhagavad Gita. Everything that the mind does and thinks and will and desires is not really who we are. Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Wonderful. So we're gonna do now one last time. Okay, take a long deep breath before. And with devotion and humility and gratitude, sing out loud, call out loud. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
I used to find it fascinating, not strange, but when I was a child, I looked at the Eastern countries, like China, India, Japan. I find it fascinating. It's amazing, isn't it? How they have these temples and they're always bowing down, going like this, and there's incense, and they're worshipping some kind of god or something. It's like, wow, fascinating, it's so different. I liked it. But we see that differences can create friction, can create misunderstanding between peoples where there needn't be. Just because a culture is different from our own, it doesn't mean that there's something wrong with it. I learned pretty quickly that, not everything my parents had to say was necessarily correct. Because your parents are a great authority in your life growing up. Then you learn the things you learned at school were also quite often wrong. And then in general, there's some truth, but it's also a lot of ignorance. There's a lot of misunderstandings and illusion. It's very difficult to pick through life as a young person. Where do you go to for the truth, for information, actual facts? We know all the history books are biased. That's one of the first things you learn in history class. There's a bias written into the history book, so how do you know what's the real history then? We know that they're constantly coming up with new theories in science and mathematics to try to understand reality because they're deficient. So what is the truth? Now, every single religion will say, well, I've got the truth. Everything I say is the truth. Jesus is the only way. Or Muhammad was the last prophet. Or Buddha had the absolute truth. Or Krishna is the only truth. They all say the same thing. So who do you go to? Where do you go to for reality? Very difficult. But we should be hopeful, or we should be determined to keep searching until we come to it. As soon as we've given up the search, then that's the end. And many people are just simply given up. There's never no way we'll ever know. So why even try? Let's just do everything what everyone else is doing and just continue being a slave to society. But the good thing about the pandemic is a lot of people woke up. A lot of kids just had enough. This is stupid, this is ridiculous. So we're meeting a lot of very young, intelligent people who are very spiritually curious. And they're looking for the absolute truth. So our little community service is to try to help people come along a little bit more in a spiritual life. We're not sectarian in any way, shape or form. The absolute truth can be found in any tradition. You cannot say that one religion has a monopoly on God. That's just completely bogus. It's called uneducated statements. No. The truth can be experienced directly. Our system is chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. It's been practiced for thousands of years by millions of people, and everyone who's participated has experienced very quick results. From the lowest up to the highest levels of self-realization. There is no doubt. So, a little bit of faith, particularly in the next element of our meeting for today, is in the spiritual progress you will all make by tasting this delicious, nutritious, and extremely sumptuous vegan food.
The menu for today.
The menu this evening is Ubi on the way, wisdom Wednesday, notorious, delicious and nutritious, sweet corn patties!
With tomato chutney.